tuned into my weekly talk radio TV show called Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced and get happy with Dr. Marissa. And this show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. So I have shows and topics.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days.
Monday, Tuesday,
Happy days.
Wednesday, Thursday,
Happy days.
Friday, whatever.
Happy days.
What a day. Na, 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 na.
I love you.
I love you too.
Best known as the mom from Happy Days, and she is a delightful 89-year young Marion Ross to my studio. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Dr. Marissa, this is such a treat for me.
Oh.
My goodness, you're a wonderment.
Which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. I'd like you to welcome Corey Feldman.
If you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? She's back again to mark my Cancer Awareness and Prevention Month show. Please welcome Fran Drescher. Hi, Fran.
On and supporting cancer schmance. I really appreciate it.
So what would you say are some of the biggest myths, Fran, that people have about cancer?
Well, I would say that they think that there's a cure for it.
Okay.
Instead of a cause for it.
This is the first call-in show when I get to be Dr. Marissa, the kinder, gentler Dr. Laura. And people call in to get their life tires balanced and their critical thinking or their BS, their belief systems, smog checked. And today I am delighted to have Malie calling in from Birmingham, Alabama.
We could go 90 days and end up having terrible sex. And then you say, well, the relationship's not all about sex. Well, if I'm not getting great sex from you, then I'm going to get it from somebody else. Right?
That moose just got put on the table. And I see Josh and Jim.
I have to agree
You're
with Clyde.
both nodding. Ramon's sort of half nodding because his wife's listening. But
I understood what was going to happen if Muhammad Ali's youngest daughter, made public that I was going to become a boxer. So I wanted to make sure this was the path that I wanted to go down.
you are absolutely fabulous, beautiful inside and out. And I'm giving you Dr. Marissa's Beneficial Presence on the Planet Award today.
Thank you.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic point.
When I go, I'm gone.
Are you lonely?
No.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be
But
the answer.
I surround myself with people. I mean, I'm always the one cooking for things. Or I'm always the one that decorates first and come to my house. All the orphans that have no place.
I'm going to have no place to go, so I can come over.
Come on over.
And life is so amazing if we can see it.
Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You're tuned to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Radio Station, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, home to the Asian Oprah, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Amazon Music, Audible, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, and more. And I am your host, Dr. Marissa, your hashtag positively opinionated, trying to be beneficial presence on the planet. It's a very special day today because it's my birthday, and I'll laugh if I want to. And I don't know if I can sing happy birthday to myself, but I am so glad that you've joined me. Thank you for the finger. I know you're rolling in now. I appreciate, man, the plethora of happy birthday wishes already all over my social. I got sidetracked just scrolling through all of them and wanting to respond to each and every one of you, but I figure I would do it here. Thank you so much. I actually got a birthday wish from one of my past guests, who is an amazing guy. He won the CNN Hero of the Year, Bruno Serrato. Thank you for your special birthday wishes. He feeds all of the motel kids in Anaheim. And last I talked to him a couple of years ago, it was, I think, over 500,000. I'm sure he's reached the million mark by now. But this is one of the benefits that I have of being, 996 shows today, I believe. Let me see, it's going to scroll here, 995. So I'm going to hit 1,000 shows next Wednesday. And it is truly a blessing. My daughters called me this morning. And I thought I got it all out of my system. But I'm so glad that I got to cry this morning in happy tears and gratitude for the work that I get to do. And that on days like this, when I don't do it for numbers, and I don't always know the impact that I have in a positive way, and certainly days like this on the birthdays when people do reach out that don't normally say anything, it is overwhelming that I have a gift of being able to do this. And for that, I am truly grateful. And that is the start of my gratitude sandwich this morning. We are expecting your Thursday co-host, Sam Works, to come in. I thought, an hour later would help him get here on time, but whatever. But you'll be here, but I'll just start with the gratitude sandwich right now. Frank, I think you're going to text or call him. But I am grateful this beautiful morning, celebrating another ageless round around the sun, that I get to do what I get to do, and that I get to splatter more hope and happiness all over, and that the joy and happiness that I feel, I can take a breath and send it all to you. And I hope that you feel this high vibrating feeling tone of love, and that no matter what you're going through, that you will feel that and know that everything's going to be okay. I am grateful that I have a virtual studio that is hashtag COVID silver lining, something that I am allowed to do because
we've learned during COVID that we don't have to drive 2 hours to go somewhere to be present, although cameras should be on. I'm working with a client right now as an organizational psychologist. And the one downside of all of this is people are taking multitasking to a new level. If their cameras are off, you're not really present. So that's my 8 cents worth. I'm grateful that I get to do so many different things in my life. My younger daughter, who obviously you can see has been influenced by her mom, said, "Mom, what are the top 3 things that happened to you this past year?" And I said, one, obviously getting a poem that I'm going to read from her this morning and talking to them first thing in the morning. My new role as a filmmaker, and also I got to move to the 8th floor in this building that has even more of a spectacular view and more respectful neighbors. So those were my top 3. And it's a great question, by the way, for all of you. What are the top 3 things that have happened this past year? It's that setting the awareness and observation of all the good things, which is what we try to do with the taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. And that's 8 specific things that I'm grateful for. And then at the bottom of the bun is, what are 8 things that you like about yourself? And one is my ability to recover from crying. Not that I apologize, because tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft. And I will always remember, I've never met her in person after she spoke, Carolyn Lukensmeyer. I don't even remember the event, but I remember early on in my career watching her speak as a motivational speaker. And she, in the middle of her speech, started crying. And, people were like almost embarrassed for her, because, usually you don't cry while you're speaking, but she didn't apologize. She kept on going. She was talking about something that was passionate to her, and that touched my heart. And I know that tears are the disinfectant that keep our hearts soft. So I never apologize for that. And now my co-host, who I thought not having the show an hour later would have him here on time, but just saying, he's here for my special series on Thursdays called Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and
Sam Works.
And he's going to continue on with the bottom of the bun because he likes it on the bottom. And that is, what do you appreciate about yourself, Sam?
I appreciate my discipline that I have for the most part. I can't say I have all the discipline, because
timeliness is definitely not his strong suit.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way. But he's good at other stuff, and that's what I'm going to focus on, so I don't beat him up for the rest of the show. Especially my birthday shows, sir.
It's your birthday.
Anyway.
Happy birthday.
All right. I appreciate that I am 88% forgiving. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that I got this. I'm going to read you this beautiful poem that my daughter. Oh, finish off. And then what do you appreciate about you?
I'm open-minded, and I take opportunities when I see them.
Yes, you do. And that is the end of Breakfast with Dr. Marissa and
Sam Works.
Here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, especially live now on my YouTube channel. The link is in the bio, as well as LinkedIn and Facebook. So I'll expect to see you pop in, wish me a happy birthday, and contribute to the topic of the day, which is...
Are we talking about pets?
Pets and relationships. Who let the dogs out and who's in the dog house? Are pets a deal breaker when your mate does not respect that. So we'll be talking about that. But thank you for joining us for breakfast. And then another thing that I wanted to do before I forget is just closing your eyes for a second, taking a deep breath in through your nose, and releasing peace, comfort, and safety to all those on the islands of Hawaii right now who are concerned and worried. And we're just knowing that the fires are going to be contained. And release. And the power of that wish and intention, I know, is going to reach them and soothe their hearts. All right. Look what I got this morning, Sam.
What'd you get?
For my birthday, the first thing that came in the text is, in the depths of the ocean where beauty resides, lies a woman with ocean eyes, a spirit that guides. Her personality shines bold and bright, a force to be reckoned with, a true delight. She's successful, achieving all that she dreams, a testament to her strength, or so it seems. Ageless and timeless, she defies the years. With each passing day, her light only clears. On this special day, we celebrate you, a remarkable mom, so loving and true. Happy birthday to the one who's all doing. May your day be filled with joy and renewing. Happy birthday, Mom. Love you so much, and I hope the day is spectacular. And that's from my best little girl in the whole wide world. That's what I have called her for 23 years. Her name's Sarah. She's my youngest daughter. Is that beautiful or what? Is that beautiful?
That was nice. That was
Isn't
good.
that something?
Yeah.
Oh, she got she took an English class at UC Davis her first year, and she had declared psychology and Chinese as double majors, and the department head of the English department wrote her and asked her to switch majors to English.
Really?
And do you want to stabilize that? You're making me seasick a little.
Yeah.
Your camera. I said, that kind of, support and intention from your English department, why don't you switch? And she said, because I don't want to lose the joy of, writing and creating poetry. If I do it as a job, I will lose that. Now, I don't think that's true, but that's her BS belief system, and she's her own person. I have to respect that. But that's the highlight of Mother's Day and my birthday is she will write me a poem. And isn't that amazing?
No, that's awesome. I actually got into poems recently.
You did?
Yeah, I'm not writing poems, but I've been like reading poems and listening to poems. It's pretty nice.
Yes, I am so happy and proud that she didn't fall far from her mom's word tree. So, but I don't write. Well, I write music. I mean, that's poetry. Songs are kind of poetry, but anyways, I am. I'm curious. I think you picked this topic, or your mom. It was one of the two of you. And before I forget, what I'd like to talk about next week on this series is race and romance, because we have not talked about that. Correct?
Interesting. Yeah, no, we haven't talked about that.
So remember that for me.
Race and romance.
Race and romance. So tell me about your thoughts on dating and dogs, or dating and pets.
Well, as far as I know, everyone that sides with pets always win in terms of oh, I want to get a pet, and the other one says no, they end up getting a pet. You know, these people always find a way. Oh, I rescued him, or oh, I don't know how this cat just kept coming to our house. You know, and to me, like, pets can be messy. First of all, I mean, we all know this: the responsibility, the loss of them, the tragedy of them. You know, and like my dad, he didn't like having pets. He didn't like having dogs or anything like that. But again, you know, having 4 kids, you know, always wanting a dog, always wanting a pet, you know, eventually my mom would convince him to have, you know, to get us a dog or whatever. He never liked it. I mean, there was moments, obviously, right? But it was just, I don't know. Having pets is a lot of work. And which is funny because my girlfriend convinced us to get a pet. We got a fish. It's not as bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of fish?
A beta fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just one fish.
Well, technically 2, but
not in the same tank. They kill each other.
well, we have a boy and a girl, and as long as they accept each other, then it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a long story, but yeah, I mean, and then let's say you're not married yet, right? But you get a dog with someone, like with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your significant other, whatever the case may be. That is like a devotion, you know, like you're getting something that is like a life that you have to take care of, that you have to be around. And if you guys split, who gets the dog? You know, it's almost like starting a family, but
well, it is.
Yeah. So I'm not really a pet person.
I can tell.
You can tell.
Just the way that you introduce the topic, like who always wins? Who always wins?
Yeah.
That is funny.
So
okay, so lot in there to unpack. If you have just tuned in and you're wondering what's going on in studio today, we are celebrating my actual birthday. Hold on. It's so funny because people are like, wait, I thought your birthday was last week or the week before, because I start celebrating a month ahead. Usually like, well, you know, the end of July. And then since it's August 10th, we might as well do the rest of August. But I do love that feeling of your birthday. So I encourage everybody to live their lives as if every day was Friday, as if every day was Christmas, as if every day was Hanukkah, as if every day was Kwanzaa, and as if every day is your birthday, because that feeling of hope and wonder and bliss and renewal and celebration is how I want you to live your life. But yes, it is actually my birthday today, and I'm starting the celebration here on Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show on our special series, Straight Talk with Dr. Marissa and
Sam Works.
And if you have any opinions about having a dog in your bed or being forced to get a pet when you don't want one, please do go into the comment section and leave us what your opinions are as we traverse this cute topic. We wanted to keep it light too, because I do also want to highlight a lot of nice happy birthdays that I'm just are rolling in and scrolling in all over my social. So Sam's not a huge fan of pets because of the responsibility that is required and maybe the attention that is taken off himself because of that job. It is a really good practice for having kids because yes, it is a responsibility. And as you said too, some people are like, how it's so, I know people who are more torn up about losing their pet than losing their mate. So that says something about, why pets are on Earth. And I saw this saying once, and I can't even, I meant to look it up, but that having a pet teaches us how to love unconditionally, more so than, and how to live with grief, because most pets will not live anywhere close to how long you live. So everyone experiences some kind of loss when they have pets. But I have people who come to me for relationship coaching, and believe it or not, one of the biggest barriers to a happy relationship, and we're having that squirrel thing again. Let me shut this off and see if it's on my end. Wouldn't that be great? I think I found the reason. Oh no, I didn't. Are you closed off on all of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll share without saying their names. One couple was on the verge of divorce because the man's dog that he had before they got together slept in bed, and the girl said, "I'm not sleeping in bed with a dog," and said, the dog's going to have to go, in a bed at the base, but the dog doesn't know how to not sleep on the bed. And the guy did not want to make the dog, couldn't do it, like tried, dog would cry, outside, couldn't do it. And so literally this couple, where everything else was pretty, solid, they had a good time together, they brought out the best in each other, supported each other, loved each other, but this one thing, and the dog was like 4 years old, so still had another 9 or 10 years where that was going to be. So that's one instance, and I won't tell you the end of it until we talk about it. And then the other example is, I just learned recently that a man whose wife died of chronic disease. When she died, he gave her dog away because he never liked that dog and only put up with the dog because of his wife. So those are my two real scenarios. Comment.
That is real, first of all. But if we can retract back to what you're saying, like the two things that you heard about why it's a good thing having pets. See, I try to be optimistic with a lot of things in life, but there are moments where I'm not. And clearly this was the beginning of the show where you found out that I wasn't too fond of, having pets with relationships. However, I do like seeing that side of having pets. It does make it easier for people to understand death. Maybe not understand it, but like grieve, like how to grieve and like have responsibility and all that stuff. So I do like that approach. And that's something that I never acknowledged, really. And I have an open mind on that. So that's pretty good. And another thing, in a small degree, I feel like having a pet before you guys are like married or anything like that is almost like getting a tattoo of the other person. Like it's a strong commitment unless something happens to the dog. That's death do us part. Like that that's basically what's happening right there, because I had people, I had a buddy of mine, I guess you can say, his girlfriend at the time when they broke up, she vandalized his car, his house, and everything to get the dog back when I mean, they shared the dog. They got a dog together after just a couple months of dating, and then they broke up, and he took the dog with him, and she wanted it back. So you gotta, it's a roll the dice on having a pet, to be honest.
Wow.
Because my biggest thing when I was in high school and having a dog, my dog used to shed all the time. And what the most embarrassing part was, girls and guys just picking dog hair off my shirt. And I was like, I can't have a dog. I can't have a dog that sheds, whatever. My dad, he always told us, he's like, okay, if we get a dog, if it pisses in the house, you got to clean it up. And for whatever reason, that dog likes to piss in my dad's room. So every time he woke up, he would yell. He'll, be so angry and stuff. And it is a lot of responsibility. And a lot of people, hate to say it, that I've known, that I've seen, don't have top tier responsibility of themselves. Right. So adding another, live thing that you got to take care of, that's so much pressure. That's a lot of responsibility, and it can really stress you out, especially if the other person doesn't like your animal, or even financially, or picking up. It's a lot of responsibility.
Yes, I agree. And it is certainly just like what we've talked about as other deal breakers. Do you want to have children? This is like a mini ramp up to children, right? Do you want to, blend your money or not? It is at that level of, do you want your animal to be, your second priority outside of yourself, or the third priority? And if you've lived for how many decades, or if you've been single for a while and you have a pet, that pet becomes, I joke all the time when people say, oh my God, Dr. Marissa, I have this magnet that I got from my dad, that babies and dogs that don't normally go to get petted by people will come to me. Like, that's what would happen to my dad as well. And they say, why don't you have a dog? Or I'll babysit. I have a lot of dogs that I babysit. And because of the travel and so much work that I love, why don't you get a dog? And I joke, half jokingly, that if I got a dog, I would have no reason to date anymore. Because the level of unconditional dog unconditional dog, I say that on purpose. It's such it's so natural now. Dogs are able to love you unconditionally in a way that humans think they can, but they really can't. So that kind of bonding and true unconditional, no matter what the condition is, that dog loves you or you love that dog. Cats are another story. It is truly one of those feelings that I say that you don't even get when you're dating, right? Because when you're dating, there's butterflies for a little while, but then the love is conditional. If you loved me, you would still bring me flowers. If you love me, you would still compliment me. If you love me, you would blah, 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 blah. A dog's not going to do that to you, right? He's going to love you no matter what. So, if a person has been single for a while and has a pet that they adore and adores them, yes, it can truly be a deterrent and a barrier for a good romantic relationship. And that relationship that I just told you that I talked about, gave you the example about, they did not stay together. Because it was too important to the woman that she be more important than the dog. And it was too important for the man to have that dog in the bed than it was to be with that woman. That's the bottom line. And that sounds horrible, but at the same time, it is what it is. They could not come to the middle on that. They could not find a way to negotiate on that. And my parting words were, it's not, no one's to blame here. You can blame the other person, but if that's not going to help the situation, you're going to be angry, right? And choosing to see that person as not loving you enough is a negative, angry, resentful feeling tone that you just don't want to carry. That the more useful thing is to say, I love you, you love me, you love the dog, I want you to love me more than the dog. So it is just not a match right now. Who knows in the future? But my advice is, if pets are getting in your way, if it is something that is causing a wedge, is the worst thing you can do is blame. The best thing you can do is just say, it's not a match right now.
Has anyone ever gotten back together
afterwards?
Yeah.
I'm sure they have. But I'm not aware of it. The particular instance that I did the coaching on is a couple years now, and they're not back together. But she's with a man. She met a man who puts her first, right, after himself, and he doesn't have a pet. So it just tells me that this is one of those areas that is seemingly, non-intensely important, and it is. Again, does it mean that he wasn't the one? Well, those are fighting words to me, because you know how I feel about having one person, or it's one soulmate or twin flame or whatever the heck you call it. That's a BS belief system that's so unhelpful and I wouldn't say wrong, but just not helpful. That there are many people that you can have a beautiful relationship with in this thing called life. Do not tell me that in how many billion we have now, whatever the billion people on the planet, that there's only one person that you're supposed to be with. Oh, come on. That's such a limiting belief and bullshit talkie. So if that person isn't working, that doesn't mean the dog's the bad guy. It doesn't mean the guy's the bad guy. It just means it's not a match. Find another match. And I will get off my soapbox on that one. So,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's crazy how attached someone can be to their, and I feel like we're specifically talking about dogs, because you said cats is another story, like they can just roam around, but dogs have that special care, and like you said, that unconditional love. Like my buddy, when he was at his lowest, he got himself a dog, because that dog like kept him company, entertained him, made him smile, and the dog doesn't say anything. A dog doesn't have to say anything, when it comes to like a human, you have to say the right thing, you have to be there at the right time, and I can see why people really enjoy having a dog, even though it's short-lived, and so I mean, if you have a pet, you might as well get it before you get in a relationship.
Well, you did talk about the problems that come with custody when you do that. So that is a realistic thing. I'm trying to look up. I had guests on my show, Working Dogs for Warriors. That's it. So speaking of dogs being really good therapy, it is true that dogs can help individuals with PTSD, with all kinds of, mental health stuff. And I want to just use this moment to remind you that there is another organization. You know how I like to spotlight people who are doing something helpful for people, and this organization I met on Earth Day when I was out with my organization development strategic planning client, IEUA, and they were putting on this Earth Day, and I met this particular organization. They came to the studio live, actually. They brought a dog, and that dog was just lovely to me. And so if you'd like to donate, if you'd like to volunteer, if you have a dog, they actually offer doggy daycare. Please do go to workingdogsforwarriors.com. So a little public service announcement there. And while we're at that, so I don't forget, Sam, I have a new co-host coming on.
Do you?
I do. We did her audition last week or this week. What day is it? And her birthday was the 6th. So we did a Leo show, and her name is Dr. Tiffany Moore. She's an OBGYN retired doctor, MD, and a veteran, and a book publisher. She has this really good book called No Touching for Children, so they can identify when there might be sexual abuse, or molestation, which is truly helpful. And she's now in a cooking competition, and she was 4th when we were on the air, and she was 2nd as of yesterday. So I want all of you that are listening now or later to go. You get a free vote every day. Today is the last day for favorite chef. I don't know if you like cooking shows. Carla Hall was on one of those cooking competitions, but it's for $25,000, and it is a great. She's going to use the dollars. She's in the semifinals. She's going to use the dollars to feed the homeless. She's from Compton. She's straight out of Compton. So let me find her. Dr. Tiffany Moore. Darn it.
Was she the second one to the top on the left-hand side?
No.
Oh, okay.
And the link was wrong yesterday, so they're fixing it, but I can't find her for some reason. She's not in the same place that she was. But if you look at Dr. Tiffany Moore, you will find her. Why am I having a problem here? Let's see. Do they do a... Okay, let's do this. But you get one free vote a day.
And what day is she co-hosting?
She's going to be co-hosting on Wednesdays. I believe it is the 2nd or 3rd. Okay, here we go. I think she sent it. Keep voting. Where is it? Okay. Tiffany Tate. There she is. Uh-oh, she fell to 6th. So here's a free daily vote. I'm going to do it right now. Verify with Facebook. And you can pull this up after we're on. Submit vote. Submit vote. Lucky to have you. It looks like you've already used your free vote recently in 5 hours. Okay, I have to wait 5 hours.
You've been voting?
Yeah, I've been voting because, hey, she's my co-host, right?
Yeah.
I want her to do well because that $25,000 to help feed the homeless is really great. And then the other organization that I just had on yesterday is the Doors for Change. So go to doorsforchange.org and I'll meet you. For my birthday present, they gave me a VIP ticket. I'm going to be there September the 9th, I believe. They have a really great, last year it was Three Dog Night. Do you know who Three Dog Night is?
Not on the top of my head.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Da, da, da. That one? Do you know that song?
Mm-mm.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Hey, blame my mom.
You're like 23. Uh, but Doors for Change is doing their annual fundraiser. You know, you would like this. You'll be impressed of this. Okay. Concert of Hope with Ben Harper. Tell me if this guy isn't like gorgeous. I have not found out if he's single or not. But so it's the Concert of Hope. This is the I'm Grammy winner. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, the good Lord is such a good Lord with such a good mother, too.
Isn't that beautiful?
You know, he can really make some heart drops. You know, some hearts drop. It's pretty good. It sounds like he has a good voice.
He's gorgeous.
Mm.
But anyways, what I wanted to show you was the things that they have to sell that are, let's see, memorabilia that they have. Tell me you know who the boss is.
The boss? No.
I apologize, folks. He is young. But look at this. Billy Joel's signed keyboard. Do you know who Chris Isaac is? Bruce Springsteen is the boss.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Seinfeld. Do you see all this?
I do, yeah.
Boss Gags. Isn't that great? Steve Martin. So if you want some great stuff and to support a great place, organization that is helping get homeless youth off of the streets in San Diego, this is where you want to go. Buddy Guy. I actually was on Buddy Guy's stage in Nashville. It's kind of cool. Taj Mahal. Do you know who that is? Los Lobos. Okay. Billy Crystal. Is that cool or what?
That is really cool.
Yeah. So the concert is on September the 9th, I believe. So if you want to get tickets for that, I am giving one lawn ticket away to, and that's the Asian Oprah giveaway today. If you would like that ticket to the concert, please go to drmarissa.life and put Doors of Change in the subject line. So this is, the tickets are, you can get a lawn ticket for $70. So it's a great way to support this organization. Saturday, September 9th. If you missed my interview with their, what they call her, the superwoman. She is indestructible. Justine was on the show yesterday. She was on homeless. Her story is true. I was crying yesterday on the air with that story because she went from homeless because of the abuse that was going on at home at the age of 15, and now she just graduated with her law degree.
Oh, nice.
So a beautiful story of inspiration.
She probably had a dog right by her side. You never know.
Good link. I don't know. I'll have to ask her if she had a dog. She probably did. And we do have a comment here. Oh, yay. Orville Nation is in the house from New York, wishing me a happy birthday. Thank you, PJ. Love you too. I have to get you to co-host with me. I've been thinking about reaching out for you for that. And so let me know if that would be something you're interested in. PJ brought me to New York to cover an event at the, what why do I have a block for that beautiful theater in New York City that I got to interview some celebrity? It was a Bob Proctor Lifetime Achievement Award, Carnegie Hall. Good Lord. Every time, PJ, I don't know why I cannot remember. And it's the most beautiful theater I've ever been in. So, anyways, so why don't you? Oh, it's Maria. My cashew gallery is in the house. Thank you, Maria, for the happy birthday wishes. I have the eyeballs rolling in. Yes, I do love when people laugh at my silliness. It is my birthday. What am I doing for my birthday is the question. Well, I started off on the air. Before that, I got a beautiful poem from my younger daughter that I put on social. And Sammy's here as well. What's up, Sammy?
JP.
I love it. This is
Maria. She's my favorite.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow. Well, of course she's your favorite. Yeah, Maria has had Trace Austin and my co-host from Fridays, who I'm celebrating my birthday with today, Alon Carter. We're gonna go get massages and then have a nice meal. So that's what we're gonna do. But nobody told me that she was gonna be on your show, and I saw it on social. And I'm like, how did that happen? But they've become very good friends, and I'm happy for them. But I don't know. I should probably get some kind of credit for putting you two together.
It's like something.
Gift or something there. But anyways, yeah. So those of you who have not tuned in to my Friday special series called Tempting Conversations with Dr. Marissa and Alon Carter, please do tomorrow morning. This new showtime at 9. Still getting used to it. I still wake up at 6:15. But I am grateful that I've been asked to do that to bump up some of the numbers at the 9 o'clock hour. My 8 a.m. 1.7 Nielsen was a very nice, positive thing, knowing that I think they said 160,000 per 15-minute slot.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's an hour show.
That's good.
So it's very good. So we're gonna try to do the same for the 9. Let's see. What have we got here? Oh, nice. So jealous. Yes, with the massages. And yes, give you full. Okay, good. I got my credit. We're good now. Thank you very much.
That's all we needed.
That's all we needed. And I know we're coming. We haven't got the 5-minute warning yet. So, do you guys have any thoughts about pets and relationships? That is the topic for today. Sam is not the pet person that I am, but go ahead.
You know, my uncle was homeless for I don't know how long, but he had his dog with him the whole time. And that dog kept his spirits up and motivated him to make money so he can, take care of the dog and take care of himself. So dogs save lives. Pets do save lives. Don't get me wrong. Again, just going back to relationships, depending on when you get a dog or what kind of dog and all that good stuff, it can make it or break it. People fight over dogs all the time. So
yeah. And my positive Kool-Aid is going to ask you to look for the best parts of having the pet versus the worst parts. But I think we've come to the conclusion that it is kind of like other deal breakers, that if you are that attached to your pet, and you might want to use that as a filter right from the start, Do you, do you like dogs, or do you, this pet is very important to me. That way you don't get to that heartbreaking point that my clients did, where after a year of being in this loving relationship in every way except for the pet, it was a deal breaker, and it was a difficult decision to make for them. The good news is that one half of that relationship is now in a new relationship that is working, and she is being prioritized above the pet, because there is no pet. And the guy is happy with his pet, still sleeping in the bed. So that is
Both are happy.
That's the end, the story of that. And let's see, people should try swimming with dolphins. What does IMO? This is where I show my age. What does IMO stand for?
I couldn't tell you. I'm too young.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
PJ, what language is this? Because the younger generation is not getting it. IMO. I know that ROFL, I just learned this other day, is rolling on the floor laughing. Did you know that one?
No.
Oh, wow. I know more young lingo than you do.
I don't know.
Oh, in my
In my
opinion, I love learning new things. So I'm going to give a birthday wish because it is my birthday. Oh, Frank knew it. Frank, my new sound engineer, knew it. He said it was, in my opinion, that's so funny. Let's see. My fur baby helped me get through a toxic relationship. My baby helped me a lot. All right. No joke about interacting with dolphins. And I would agree. I have done that, PJ, myself. Maria wants to do that. Swimming with dolphins is an amazing experience. However, because I had Rick O'Barry on my show, if you haven't watched The Cove or Blackfish, please do watch it. Netflix documentary, so you can see what it takes to get the training of dolphins. They are not in their natural habitat if they are in an enclosure for you to swim with them. So my caveat is find places where you can swim with dolphins in their natural habitat, because I will forever be changed by that interview. I might play parts of that for my 1000th show because it was so moving. Flipper, he was trainer to Flipper from the movie, committed suicide in his arms because of how unhappy he was being enclosed. So that is my caveat there. Yeah, and Orville Nation agrees, in natural habitat. So final word, Sam, we're almost to the end.
Hey, getting a pet with a relationship is a big decision. Just make sure you think it over, and it can either, build relationships or destroy them. So.
Yep. And thank you so much, everybody, for my happy birthday. I'm going to sing it to myself. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Dr. Marissa. Happy birthday, everybody. I'm sending you all the love that I feel right now. Thanks for being with me on my birthday show today. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out. World peace through, inner peace. Go and have the best birthday ever. See you tomorrow.